Colleagues, I have taken a little bit of time out to review what the Dash 4 amendments, which is exactly what Senate Bill 1007 is all about now, because sometimes it's better for us to get a good visual of exactly what's going on with a bill. And just a quick history lesson, you can see in 1989 that we started the 20% earn time. And for 20 years we go along with that. Then last year, House Bill 3508 surfaces, and it became law July 2009. So for the next 8 months, we're in that time period right now, which is the first upswing there on the graph of 30%. This bill passes, it's going to be an emergency clause. Roughly maybe March 1st it will go into effect. We now drop back down to 20%. It's what is identified as time out. We're there for 16 months. And then all of a sudden, July of 2011, we bounce back up again to 30%. And we stay at that pace for 18 months. Then from there, we're back down to 20% because House Bill 3508, if you recall, sunset January 2013. So if I'm a corrections type person, I'm thinking this bill, Senate Bill 1007, has a bouncing ball effect. Which policy do I stay with? Where do I stay at? Senate Bill 1007 is a continuation of bad policy. I don't believe there is anyone in this building that won't admit that House Bill 3508 was a big mistake. The pain it has created to victims is like tearing the scab off of a wound and pouring salt into it. We cannot reverse the harm that has occurred to the victims. We arrive here today with a bill that has not been adequately discussed. Our system is better than this. We have just sidestepped the ability of a qualified committee to further evaluate the composition of the bill. This allows us to have a better look at proposed policy in an attempt to craft good policy and in the process prevent bad policy. We have already experienced this through House Bill 3508. Why would we do this again? Putting a bouncing ball into Senate Bill 1007 is not good law. You got to ask yourself, up and down, is that good law? We risk the ability to craft good language when we limit or even prevent public testimony. And that happened over on the other side. We hurt our credibility when we fail to invite testimony or allow the public the opportunity to speak out on the actual issue. There is no fix that can undo the harm caused by the early releases from House Bill 3508. As of January 14th, 2010, 4,800 notifications and retroactive cases have been issued by the Department of Corrections. In these cases, 3,418 early releases have been granted. 738 cases were denied. 41 partial sentence reductions were allowed, and 603 cases were still pending. If you remember, we moved House Bill 3508 believing the cost savings would come as a result of a decrease in recidivism rate based upon the Washington State study. What we were not told about the Washington study that proclaimed a small decrease in recidivism is that study also found that increased earn time led an estimated 4.7 additional property crimes per offender once released. Oregon ranks 30th among states in the rate of incarceration, dispelling the notion from some folks that the state has become a penal colony. I don't quite understand why we would not heed the recommendation of our Attorney General, chiefs, sheriffs, and district attorneys associations. I'd like to refer 2 letters to you here as I close. In a letter dated January 14th, 2010, we believe that public safety in Oregon will be best protected by repealing the increased earned time provision enacted in House Bill 3508. That was a letter signed by our Attorney General, the chiefs, the sheriffs, and the DA's Association. Another letter that I just want to share a quote from comes from the president of the Portland Police Association.
Representative Gillian Fields.
Thank you. The enactment of this bill resulted in the early release of offenders, many of whom have committed violent offenses with consecutive property crime, resulting in their being brought back to court for additional earned time reconsideration. Dangerous offenders are being released, compromising public safety, costing the taxpayers additional money to pay for the administrative court processes, for the earned time hearings, and causing re-traumatizing crime victims. We urge the Senate to repeal the earned time component from House Bill 3508 and omit it from the revised Senate version of Senate Bill 1007. Bottom line, earned time should not be a bouncing ball creating constant questions and instability in the criminal justice system for crime victims, law-abiding citizens, law enforcement, prosecutors, the courts, or even criminals. I urge a no vote.
Further discussion or